Alright, we're going to talk about my soon-to-be projection screen that's going here. Now, because apartment, because windows, it's obviously not going on the wall. TV's as big as the wall. So it's got to go where it could fold against the ceiling. Now, I have another video on my other channel, or I don't know where I'm posting this video, but there's a video where I discuss things at length and I start figuring things out. But now we're beyond that point. Now we've come to the actual finalized design. And basically I'm going to build an 8-foot wide, 41-inch high, 235-to-1 metal frame. Now metal. We'll get to the metal in a second. And then there's going to be 2 vertical L's that are going to come off the wall there and down. And then, depending on how far away from the wall, is exactly how far away from the ceiling. So if it sticks out 22 inches, we start the hinge 22 inches down, and then when it flips up, it'll be flat against the ceiling. I could do that 40 inches and 40 inches, or I could do that a foot, and it's always going to work. So, metal. Why did I choose metal instead of wood? Number one, I'm OCD. Number two, I really hate working with wood because it twists and warps and is bad for projects, especially ones where you're going to look and you're going to see exactly where it's bowing and you're like, "Argh!" So, Misumi aluminum extrusion. This is the 40 by 40. And I had a friend who's used this stuff before and knows their website better than I do. Order it for me, or at least put the numbers in the right order, and then I just typed them in and I ordered them. Everything seemed fine because I have 5 lengths. And those are the 2 8-footers, so that's exactly as wide as the screen is going to be. And then I have the verticals on the side. This piece is getting cut up for that using chop saw with a standard carbide blade. I'll get that on camera in case something goes horribly, horribly wrong. And then those 2 pieces are the pieces that will come off and go down. So they also have to be cut, and then brackets have to be applied. Here are all the brackets I'm going to need. Misumi sells them all. They've got double plugs. I ordered the hardware from McMastercard because Misumi sort of overcharges. And let me show you how this stuff works. I'm avoiding the why I want metal, other than being super stiff. And should I decide I don't want to watch movies anymore, take this apart. Definitely can be used for other things. So there's these special nuts that they come with. There's 2 types. There's ones you put on before and ones you put on when you fuck up and don't put them on before. And they just slide in there. Bam. Slide in there, and then you tighten down, and that's the end of it. And you can put these brackets, obviously in all 4 orientations. They've got metal standoffs here to keep it from rotating. Actually, this side only goes like that. Because you could never have... this can go like that, but the other one can't go like that. Although that would be nice if it could, but yeah. You pick your orientation and you lock it in. Tighten, 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 tighten. And it's forever. It's forever stuff. People would sim cockpits and they sit on this stuff all day. Now, because, let's go back to my friend. Hey, Sild. Yeah, thanks for helping me order this. Because it was only $2 more to get the full thickness stuff. In other words, the walls here. These pieces of aluminum, the brackets, and the nuts weighed 55 pounds in box. Now add the M8 25mm bolts and washers and lock washers, and then screen material. And I'm going to be looking at around 60 pounds. That is cantilevered off the wall and hanging here. That was not the original intention. That is not anyone's intention for a screen that has to move. But I digress, and I stuttered. So, my issue now, okay, I can build the screen. I'm going to build the square. I don't have any screen material yet. I want to get the frame in place, and then I'm going to order samples. And I should have done it already, but I'm avoiding calling and emailing places. So, once I have the square set up, and once I have the pieces cut that are coming off the wall and down, then I've got to mount hinges. And I've had to change up my thoughts on this process because of the immense fucking weight. These are ball bearing commercial Stanley hinges. These are like $8 or $9 a piece. And the way these are going to mount is 2 of these are going to go on the end, like so. And then I can only get one hole to line up if I move it over, and then the other hole I could drill, which is nice. So I don't want to half-ass a hole. In other words, I can't put it like that. It won't make go. So I'm going to custom mount this heavy-duty door hinge onto the length coming off the wall, and then this part is going to go, and I'm going to attempt as hard as I'm probably going to put 4 full lags in, because I've done this wall. You were here when I did this wall, and it's heavy plaster, like 1.5 inch space, and then brick. So there's probably nothing in there. I'm going to catch this wood, which means just going absolutely berserk. Either I'll do insanely long lags into brick or something. Something's going to have to happen, because 60-pound screen getting torsioned up onto the ceiling is I'm less than happy with that situation. But I digress. Now, at least these are super heavy-duty hinges, and I'm going to have 4, even though they're real close. I thought about getting one of those big, like barn hinges, but I'm going to see it. I'm going to see what it's up there, and I'm not going to like it. And this is also a visual thing. These are going to look, even though it's going to be edge-to-edge screen material, because I'm not even going to do a black border. I'm hoping to make this so precise that it's just screen material wraps around, and then the edge comes and it wraps around, and it's perfect. So we'll see how well that works. And yeah. So what I've ordered, and it's not going to be until next week sometime, are hatch assists, the pneumatic hydraulic hatch assists, and I got the longest pair I could. I did some math. Let me show you my math. Let me show you how I do my math. All right. I'm assuming 18 inches off. I marked 9 inches, which is the dead center, and then I just took my scale, because as long as you have a scale, you can do things to scale. And I was like, all right, if I go there and I'm out there, what kind of throw do I need to move that from a horizontal position to a vertical position? And it turns out, if I mount it all the way down here, which is 33 inches, I can go 33 to 23. And I happened to find a set of closers that was 36 to 22. And oh my God, I'm so lucky about that. And they're retrofit closers, which means they're going to have the brackets to mount. Now what that also means is I need to put wood somewhere here, maybe even down here. I don't know. I haven't measured that part out, but the bottom of the closers is going to be on this, and when the screen comes down, it's going to press against it. So this has got to be mounted to the wall. These, by the way, I was going to buy like these nice wood ovals like you'd put on like the front of a door, and screw that stuff. That was $6 a piece. These are $25 a piece samples, like wood samples, and they're just the right thickness, and they look just good enough. Just good enough is all I want, so I can hang them on the wall, and it's not going to look like absolute ass, unless I just paint them white. I mean, there's going to be metal brackets coming off them, so it's not like it's going to matter as far as looks go. And this is just to secure those, and so they can push up, and hopefully they have enough power to push this 60-pound screen up, because trunk lids are not light. They are not light. And these are the biggest trunk lid closers I could find. And if that still doesn't happen, if that's still not enough to push this up and hold it against the ceiling, then I'm going to have to look at some sort of counterweight system with like a pulley in the corner. I want to avoid that super bad. I want to avoid that. But what can you do? What can you do when 60 pounds of screen has to be cantilevered off and hung down? And then I would just put a pulley in the corner and then have a counterweight hang. It's not going to be much of a pull, so it'd be down here somewhere. Would be this immense fucking cannonball that assist the screen to go up. I'm not worried about holding it up. I'm hopefully worrying about holding it down. I'd rather have it flip up to the ceiling by default than have it sort of hang halfway here in a sad manner. And then I gotta, actually if it hung neutral, that'd be great. And I could just hold it up and go click to a magnet, and then hold it down and go click to a magnet and be done with it. Yeah, well anyway. There's nothing like a Japanese-made aluminum extrusion to get you up in the morning. Oh, by the way, the cost of the 5 pieces of aluminum and all the brackets and the nuts and washers was, with shipping, around $265. $265. Which, if this works, oh, then the $265 for the aluminum with all the pieces to put the aluminum together, and you got $8 in this. I spent $40 on the pushers, or $45. Those were the long ones. They might have been $45 or $50. And yeah, now it's a matter of building this and then finding the screen material I want to use, because the screen's going to come to around here and end around here, because the projector's around here. And then if I do audio transparent, I got to get some samples of that, because I've experienced some acoustically transparent screen material that was absolutely crap. And I wanted to be able to keep the speaker at least here. At least here. And if I have to put it above the TV, it's just going to be like, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't have to go above the TV, because left and rights to match that would have to go like up. And I'm an obsessive person, and I'd match it. So let's root for not being crazy. More on this as it comes.